I know there's people that love Stranger Things, and there's people that love season 4 and calls it the best season yet, and the best season of television. Teach their own. This is a paid request by Frame by Frame. Thank you so much for that. And for those interested in pretty much any type of request, feel free to send it. Either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. And I wish Stranger Things was done. I wish this was the last episode. I wish this... It's making me want to puke! Puke for the day-glow. Fuck this show. Fuck... I really, at the end of the day, it felt like nothing was fucking accomplished anyway, so it makes me go, what was the whole goddamn point anyway? For this fucking 13-hour journey. As you have a Stranger Things Season 4 Episode 9, which is 2 hours and 21 minutes. And trust me, there is shit they could have fucking cut out of it. If there's anything that doesn't showcase how fucking bloated up its own ass this show is. The first season of Stranger Things I thought was okay. The second season I went eh. The third season I thought sucked. This was so goddamn bloated. You could cut the season in half and still say it's going on for too long. Because it's trying to be so epic. So epic. It's trying to be so epic, guys. Not epic by faith no more, just epic. You have the stuff in Russia. You have the stuff with Mike, who's useless, and fucking Will, who's useless, and almost everyone in that group's fucking useless. You have the stuff in Hawkins, and the three of them having their own fights and battles. Well, some of them. You have characters that are either useless or poorly acted. Will is a shit actor. At least he is in this season. Maybe he's better in other stuff. But Will, they've done nothing with that character. He's been just a plot point, a plot convenience. And here is just saying stupid dialogue like, remember Mike, you're the heart. You're the heart. Oh, really? Sure he's not the ass? Hole? No, he's the simp. Mike is the simp. He's not the heart. He's the simp. The stuff in Russia that I could not give a flying fuck about. It feels like it's its own movie. It feels like the Russia stuff should have just been its own, like, hour-long movie. And... okay, going back. So it starts off in Russia. We have stupid jokes of the one guy going, well, this helicopter sounds like crap. No, it is good. It is good. These noises are good. See, noises are good. Just like my woman, she make noise when I please them. See, you don't know anything about that. I don't give a fuck about your fetishes and your orgies, dude. Just turn on the goddamn chopper. For Mr. Hopper. Shut the fuck up. What happened to Hopper? So Hopper's in Russia. Like this whole thing was just a fucking build-up for season 5. That's really what it is. One giant long cock tease for the hopeful release of season 5. That's what this was. Hopper's in Russia. We gotta get him back here. We don't really want him dead. We gotta come back here. Oh, 11 has no powers. We gotta get her powers back. The main villain. We gotta build up the main villain, so we'll use him in season 5. This whole fucking 13 hours is one big fucking build-up. Because it even ends on a goddamn cliffhanger. As if it didn't have enough fucking story to finish itself off in 13 goddamn hours. It ends with a cliffhanger for fucking season 5, which they say is the final season. I hope to fucking God it is. One of the more overrated shows in recent memory. If it ended with the first season, maybe even the second season, okay. Now? No. Sorry, I don't love our Kyle. Argyle, I mean. The fucking stoner pizza guy. Hey, I got, yeah, you know what? I'll stick with Argyle. Argyle from Die Hard I'd rather stick with. This guy, hey, I know what we could do. You need, hey, 11, Miss Power Lady dude, you need, some way to... She needs a place to concentrate in order her mind to go to Hawkins to help out. So they go to this pizza place. They give the pizza guy weed to have the place to themselves. They make pizza. Glad they have time to make pizza. And then they get a pizza dough freezer for 11 to lie in. And then they made sunglasses out of a pizza box. Because no one has sunglasses. A pizza box. They make a pizza box sunglass. Pizza box glasses. Jesus Christ. And they're arguing about pineapple pizza. So then you get to Hawkins, and 11, she says lines like, I'm in a memory. I'm in a Matt's memory. Sure, is that Memorex? Is alive or is it Memorex? So, again, Jonathan and Will, they're just there for Jonathan to go, it's okay if you're gay, Will, I'll love you. That's really what they're there for, the entire fucking season. And Will to go, Mike, you're the heart. Remember, you're the heart. As for Mike to say, I love you. That's really Mike has. Which he was like the lead. Wasn't he like the lead in the first season? You say 11 was as well, but now it's just, hey, say I love you. And that's all he does. I mean, for people who love it, that's cool, but you look at each of these characters, what did they really do in the span of 13 hours now? Jonathan, he drove around, hugged his gay brother. Will told Mike he's the heart. He's gay, but he doesn't want to say he's gay. And I think his acting's gotten worse, that actor. He was fine as a kid, but as he got older, I don't know what happened, he's like a crappier actor now. Maybe it's the lines of dialogue he's given, to be fair. If you give him crap dialogue like this, I mean, to tell someone, you're the heart. Remember, you're the heart. I don't know if James Woods can make that work, let alone this kid. So maybe it's the dialogue, maybe it's the writing by the Duffer Brothers. That would be the Fluffer Brothers. I would like to be fluffed. I'd like to be ogled. So, while that's going, again, going through the characters, Jonathan, that's what happens. Will, that's what happens. Mike, to say I love you. 11, going through the same shit that we already went through in Season 1 and Season 2. The same shit. We've already seen. And by the way, that bit of her hurting someone, I guess that was only there just to Mike go, listen, I love you no matter what. This is the power of love. Hey, I like that stuff. I like that sentiment. Fucking like Shocker, which has a power of love mentality. I loved that. But here, just like this, I would say is corny. And then the Hawkins group, their plan, Dustin and Eddie are going to stay behind so that these bats don't get in. So Eddie plays Master of Puppets from Metallica for these crappy looking CGI bats that come towards them. Meanwhile, Robin, Steve, and Nancy, they're traversing to get to the physical embodiment of Vecna. While Max, which I got tired of that fucking song, I'm not going to run up that hill, I'm not going to get fucking Jack and Jill, I don't want no fucking Bill, Shut the fuck up when you run up that hill. I got tired of that fucking song. By the end of it, I never want to hear that fucking song again. Run up that hill. Yeah, you go to hell with that hill. Fuck the hill. Fuck all the hills. If I want hills, I watch Hills of Eyes. Fuck that shit. So I got tired of that fucking song. I know that. I got tired of that fucking song. And yes, there's so many points where it's just like Max in her dream state, walking around for like 3 goddamn minutes around this fucking ballroom, like walking around, there's the banner, walking around over here, walking around over there. I'm like, hey, we got 2 hours and 20 minutes to play. Milk that shit. Oh, suspense. Well, maybe to you it is. Steve, Nancy, and Robin, Vines choked him, and they must have been choking for what, 20 minutes? I'm just gonna hold you here, and you're choking, but I swear, how long were they being choked? It feels like forever. Why Vedna didn't just quickly kill him, I don't know. Dustin and Eddie fighting the bats. The bats come. They're ready to escape, and then Eddie's like, I need to buy some more time. I get what they were doing for why Eddie is going to buy more time, but something the way it was edited, or the way it's relating to other events, still felt like a really dumb decision. I get what they're trying to do for why he does that, because the bats will go in and blah blah blah, but at the same time, yeah, with the way it was edited, the way it was done, I don't know, just something about that just felt a bit, I don't know where to put it, just felt a bit stupid to me. I don't know how to put it. Yeah, maybe it's the way that everything was trying to be edited together. Oh, and then David Harbour, Winona Ryder, and Russia, they go back to the prison to fight those Demogorgons. Because they say something about, well, if we fight them, we defeat them, and it's all a hive mind, somehow it will affect. But did it really showcase that them fighting the Demogorgons really affected Vecna and them? Maybe I missed it. Didn't seem like it. It's just like, hey, we need them to fight as well. Because these other people are fighting. Like, Eleven's fighting. So we need a scene where David Harbour gets a Conan sword and fights a Demogorgon in slow-mo. And Lucas, which I forgot about that jock. Have you forgotten about that jock whose girlfriend died? And this whole satanic panic thing with the town? I've had already forgotten it until the guy popped up and, oh yeah, that's right, this is in the fucking... It's not like much happened with that satanic panic thing other than the jock being a jockass. And Lucas beats him up after getting beaten. Max is grabbed. 11 comes in, throws Vecna, then tries to deal with Max, make sure she's okay. Vecna comes up. And then this scene went on forever, where Vecna has 11 tied up and just talking and talking and talking, over-explaining and over-explaining. And part of me is like, shut the fuck up, Vecna. You're now a James Bond villain. Actually, that's a... Not it is... No, I mean, I don't want to say that, because there's some James Bond villains that are cool. But just... You're the villain that just over-explains everything, and... Do you want me to talk? No, I want you to die. It's just... Fucking chatterbox villain syndrome. Like, shut the fuck up, Vecna. You want to be Freddy Krueger's stupid ass. Fuck Vecna. There's no goddamn reason this needs to be 2 hours and 20 minutes after fucking like 10, 11 hours of shit already we've had with all combined. Or 10 and a half. So it does those edits where it seems like everybody's in trouble. You know, the Steve, Rob, and Nancy are being choked by the vine. Still, I don't know why it's taking forever for them to be choked out. Luke is getting beaten by the jock. Max is being grabbed, and a leg or two's been broken. David Harbour, the monster's on him. And then that's when everybody gets their hero moment. Lucas gets his hero moment, beats up the jock. Winona Ryder gets a hero moment, stabbing this creature so that David Harbour could get his He-Man, his Conan sword and chop it up. Yes, I don't know why like all these other soldiers trying to defeat these Demogorgons, but this their buddy with the flamethrower and David Harbour with the sword could. It is, I don't know. It is what it is. 11 is told I love you by Mike, so then boom, I guess she remembers she's got powers again. Throws Vecna. The vines let go of Robin and Steve and Nancy. They slowly throw Molotov cocktails. Nancy has the shotgun. And yeah, I know, shooting the shotgun, there'd be so much of a fucking recoil, it would break her fucking arm, but just the gun's bigger than her, but they don't know how guns work. So, like, it'd be like, that'd be funny. I mean, that would I like, but if they blast Vecna out. Eddie, to give more time, ran off, and I was right. Eddie dies. He's like the only character to die. I guess Max technically dies, but then she is resuscitated. Because I guess 11 has that power to bring people back to life. Why have I heard that before? It's like, oh, Jedi can heal people. Of course, 11 is a Jedi. That's the twist. She's a Jedi. So, again, she could heal Max? I'm like, fuck Max. I don't give a shit about Max. I don't give a flying fuck about Max. And then Dustin finds Eddie dying. I'm like, he's dead? Like, he's died? Okay. It's the only way he was attacked, and the bats were just flying past him. And now, give a fuck about Max. Fuck Max. The fact they made her such an important character, I'm like, really? To me, she's one of the least interesting characters. And then they made her one of the main characters. Does she have much more to do this than fucking Mike? Wouldn't that be more relevant if it was Mike? Because, like, Mike's being... Instead of the stupid thing with, you're the heart, Mike, tell her. If Mike was grabbed, and, like, he did this because he wanted to help Elle, and he wants to help get rid of this thing so 11 won't be hurt, and this is a courageous moment for him, and he's being picked up, and his leg or two is broken. 11 sees this, she's horrified, she's like, no, breaks out, and then fights Vecna. Wouldn't that be more strong? But no, gotta go for Max. And then these fissures open up in the damn earth of Hawkins, as if hell on earth has been ready to rain upon us. Vecna disappears like he's fucking Michael Myers from Halloween. Does he get shot out the window? They look out, he's gone. Now, which type of gone? Is he gone where he goes out to kill people and then he's in a hospital? Or he gets arrested, put in jail, and some annoying reporter comes up and goes, here's your mask, Michael. The fuck? And then it randomly cuts to 2 days later. Okay. Those fissures? Oh, it was just an earthquake. And people are leaving the town. And, like, no one else seems to give a shit about Eddie's death. I guess they felt, well, Dustin cares, and we'll have Dustin have that moment. You do assume the other people care, but it's like, I don't know. What happened? I mean, what happened to Eddie's body? Was it even found? Did he even bring it back or something? It's 2 hours and 20 minutes. You tell me you can't have a fucking 30-second scene of people, I don't know, making like a makeshift grave and put little trinkets, Dungeons and Dragons, whatever on it, since that was the group Eddie found. Like, you have 2 hours and 21 minutes with a 3-minute fucking CMS just running around a goddamn ballroom. And other shit that went on for long and long and long. Vecna gave a 15-minute fucking speech. But no, can't have that. Max is in a coma. And even like the reunion between David Harbour and Eleven, the actors are. I have no issues with those actors in this scene. But the fact that we don't see her like with shock, it's like, I always knew, I always hoped. So he comes in and she smiles, but it would be much more impactful if it was like, this shock value to her face, her performance. I thought that could have made the scene much more poignant. But they sit down, they have a conversation. That conversation is one of the things I liked about the episode. And for a show, cinematography-wise, it's a good-looking show. Some of the actors, like Steve, and like I said, despite how she is in real life, I don't mind the acting of Millie Bobby Brown on the show for what she's given. Although in real life, I heard she's a twat waffle. Don't give a fuck about Max. Lucas barely had shit to do. Mike is a simp for 11. Will is a simp for Mike. It's funny, we get the reunion of the mom saying, "Oh, Mike, you come home, I'm not letting you go." But the kids, do we get a reaction of them seeing their mom, Winona Ryder, again? No. Like, you think that'd be the bigger reaction, the kids seeing David Harbour alive. But no, like, no one really has that reaction to get that shot for, oh my god, you're alive? What? No, it's just, we're not going to do that. And then portals are opening up on town. Big swirling of tornadoes, whatever, over the town. And it ends with a cliffhanger. And made me go, so how the hell is this happening? Even though you guys stopped Vecna. He needed one more person to kill. But all this shit's opening up. For some reason. So what was the whole goddamn point of this whole fucking season? It was just to develop. Here's Vecna. Just here's the pieces. David Harbour's back home. 11 has her powers back. Mike said, "I love you." Now go for season 5. bloated, overlong characters that are not even much to do or much for character work. Don't care for a lot of the CGI work. For a show that's so goddamn apparent in their bluntness of this is 80s, 80s, 80s. Other than the Vecna, a lot of CGI stuff. A lot of green screen stuff. Wasn't one of the big points of the show was going to be like more of the practical analog age? So why are you trying to film this stuff with old school techniques? That'd be interesting, at least in a visual sense, with matte paintings and maybe stop motion, and that'd be interesting. But no. The 80s is just the gimmick. But it might as well just be a modern show. Other than the once in a while reference to, hey, this is the 80s, remember? It's filmed kind of like any other modern show. I fucking guessed right that Eddie was the one to die. I'm like, of course he is. Which, it's just like when Sean Astin's character died. The character of Bob. Oh, here's a brand new character. Now he's the one who dies. Back in, what was it, season 2? You can't kill any of the main characters off, because we'll piss off too many people. Hey, maybe when season 5 comes around, maybe they'll take a risk. But it's like, you think Eleven's gone? No, she's back. You think David Harbour's gone? No, he's back. But we could kill a new character because that could be a sacrifice. It's just, this thing is trying to be so epic, and I realize because this such a belabored story that took such a bloated, overlong running time to tell it, I don't care. I don't care what the story is. I don't care what's going on. I don't give a shit about Vecna. I don't give a shit about what's going on in Hawkins. I don't give a shit anymore about the Upside Down Road. Great, you got your Thanos. That's what you might as well say. Stranger Things got his Thanos. Congrats, I guess. I mean, that's kind of what made Stranger Things possibly interesting, is that the villain was mysterious and otherworldly, and we just have a Thanos that pontificates and talks and talks and talks. Because it worked for Avengers, so do it here. So let's not be our own thing, let's just be like something more generic. Because, hey, Avengers, those films made a lot of money, so why not? Disney's making a lot of money, so why not? So yeah, I don't give a fuck about Robin, I don't give a fuck about Max. Steve, I mean, throughout this, 13 hours, he was the butt of jokes. He fought some bats at one point. He was one of 2 that threw a Molotov cocktail. And he had, like I said, I already talked about Mike and Will. Lucas, he beat up a jock that no one gave a shit about. I think most people have already forgotten that guy was a character. And again, it just comes out with a cliffhanger, and it makes you go, then what was the whole fucking point in the first place? Other than, well, at least they know now who the villain is, who's alive to fight another day. The whole point was to stop this thing from opening. And guess what? It opened. Wasn't one of the whole points to stop? And now look, the whole fucking town... One of the whole points to stop Vecna and end this thing? Nope, now it's opening up. Prepare for battle, and our stance at the end. That's the end shot, like they're in their stance, and they each coordinated in their group. Dave Harbour, Winona Ryder, Jonathan and Nancy, even though they had shit to talk to each other for like the other 13 hours of this show. Here's these other two. Mike and Will, whatever. I just don't give a shit about this show anymore. I really don't. I don't give a flying fuck. It's just, it's old hat. It's boring. Characters are either wasted or just made less interesting, or again, did anyone really give a shit about the Russia stuff? No. Fuck this show. Fuck this finale. Fuck Stranger Things up its ass. Stick it in this pie hole. Just done, defeated like dinner. I don't know what else to say. You want to see a good season of a show? Go watch True Detective Season 1. Go watch something like that. And hey, this is just my opinion. Again, I'll take Stranger Things Season 1 over this. I'd say Stranger Things Season 2 over this. Which is worse, this or Season 3? At this point, I don't even know. And that's the thing, when the season opened, go back to my review. I was intrigued by it being more serious. I was intrigued by this villain. But then like his reveal and Chatterbox and just, he's not scary. He's not creepy. It's not intimidating. It's like Freddy Krueger in Elm Street 5. Or something. Whatever. We'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.